Hello everyone, welcome to Biology with MJ. In this video, we are going to study about the topics biodiversity and binomial nomenclature of the chapter Living World. Okay, before beginning the video, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on other platforms as well. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Telegram. The links are provided in the description below. Okay, so in the previous video, we talked about the features of living organisms and we focused on growth. So the rest of the features we would be focusing later on, because as per the revised and updated syllabus of Cbse, the features of living organisms and what is living, that topic has been omitted. Okay, so maybe we'll study those topics later on. But for now, let us focus on the topics that are included in the syllabus. Okay, so let us begin the video. Stay tuned till the end of the video because we will also be solving an important NEET previous year question at the end of this video. Okay, so diversity in the living world. So what is biodiversity? Bio means life and diversity means forms. So biodiversity literally means the different types of life forms that are present on the planet Earth. Okay, the number and the types of organisms that are present on the Earth are collectively called as biodiversity of Earth. Okay, so as you can see, Earth has a plethora of different kinds of organisms that are present. Okay, now the estimated number of species present on Earth is between 5 to 30 million. Okay, this is the estimated number of species that are thought to be present on Earth. But among these, the species that are known and described, okay, which we have identified, those species only range between 1.7 to 1.8 million. Okay, this means that only 1.7 to 1.8 million species among these species are known. Only this amount of species are known. Okay, but the number of species that are estimated to be present on Earth is vast. So among the species that are known, 1.2 million species of animals are there, okay, and 0.5 million species of plants are there. So the maximum biodiversity is found in the tropical rainforest and coral reefs. Okay, this is the image of a tropical rainforest and this is the image of a coral reef. So why are tropical rainforests and coral reefs so abundant in biodiversity? Why do they have so many species of organisms that are present over there? If we talk about tropical rainforests, because of their geographical location, they are located at the equatorial region. So they receive lots and lots of sunlight. Okay, because they are receiving lots and lots of sunlight, they are fixing a lot of energy. Energy is being fixed by photosynthesis in plants. Plants are being eaten by animals. So as a result, because of the abundance of energy, this ecosystem is thriving. Okay, there is an abundance of plants and animal species because there is an abundance of energy that is available in this ecosystem in tropical rainforests. And also tropical rainforests receive high precipitation. So both temperature, the sunlight they receive, the climate, that is the precipitation, maximum amount of rainfall that they receive, all of these factors contribute in having them having maximum biodiversity. Okay, and if we talk about coral reefs, now what happens in coral reefs? There are different food webs that are operating over there because different kinds of species are present. Crabs, crustaceans are present, then fishes are present. Okay, so and then plants are present. Different kinds of food webs are operating in this ecosystem. As a result, endless nutrient loops are present and the recycling of nutrients is constantly taking place so that hardly ever any nutrients are lost. The nutrients are not lost from a coral reef ecosystem. Okay, they are constantly being recycled and there are numerous endless nutrient loops that are present in this ecosystem because there are number of species that are present. As a result, there are number of food webs that are present and hence endless nutrient loops are present. So the recycling of nutrients is constantly occurring. Okay, So that is why coral reefs also have maximum biodiversity. Now let's come to nomenclature. What is nomenclature? Nomenclature means naming. Naming of something is known as nomenclature. So if you look at this example, this is a cat. Okay, we call it a cat. But you can see different students are referring it with different names. Now, why are they referring it with different names? Because all of these students belong to different regions. Okay, so they are using their local names, their native names by which they are known. This organism is known in their region. They are using that particular name to refer to this organism. Now, this is creating a confusion amongst all. Okay, because there should be a unique name, otherwise this is creating a communication problem. Now this organism, there was then a need to have a unique name so that all of these students could identify this organism with that name. Okay, so this unique name is provided via the scientific naming of living organisms. Okay, so the scientific naming of living organisms involves the nomenclature. So all of these are local names. Now local names will vary from region to region. Okay, that is why local names become problematic after a certain point. Okay, and scientific names, they are universally known. Universally they are same. Okay, so if there was a same name to this organism, all of these students would have been able to communicate better. All of these students would have able to identify, okay, that this particular organism is this is a cat. Okay, so and the local names, they are continuously varying. So that is why existence of scientific names, giving organisms scientific names, becomes so important. So what are the rules of nomenclature? So scientists have established procedures to assign a scientific name to each known organism. Okay, certain procedures have been devised by scientists so that each organism is assigned a scientific name that is acceptable to biologists all over the world. For plants, these rules are set by the International Code of Nomenclature for Algae, Fungi and Plants, which is also known as ICN. Okay, formerly it was known as ICBN, International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, but now it is known as ICN. For animals, these rules are set by International Code of Zoological Nomenclature, okay, which is also known as, abbreviated as ICZN. Now, binomial nomenclature, what is it? So, binomial nomenclature is also known as, binomial means two, okay. So, two component naming is also known as binomial nomenclature. This system of nomenclature was given by Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, in binomial nomenclature, each name has two components. For example, you can look at this. This is a mango. Okay, but its scientific name, as per the rules of binomial nomenclature, is Mangifera indica. Now you can see this name has two components. So whenever the name has two components, this scientific system, this naming system is known as binomial nomenclature, in which the scientific name has two components. Now the common names of mango are, one is mango itself, the second is aam. Aam, it is called as aam in Hindi. In English, it is known as mango. So Mangifera indica is the scientific name. So if you go to any country, anywhere, be it any region, everyone will know Mangifera indica, but people might not know, okay, this is known as aam. Only Indians would know it is called as aam. Okay, and mango, some other group of people might know mango, but Mangifera indica would be known to each and every individual all over the world. Okay, so binomial nomenclature. What are the rules of binomial nomenclature? Let us look at the rules of the binomial nomenclature. So the binomial scientific names, the scientific names are Latinized. Okay, they are derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. Okay, and they are written in italics. As you can see, both of these names have been written in the italics. Okay, and they are in the Latin language. Okay, these are the Latin names, and both of these names have been italicized. The first word represents the genus or the generic name. Okay, as you can see, the genus name, and the second word represents the species or specific epithet. So this was the second rule of binomial nomenclature. The third rule is the scientific names when they are handwritten. Okay, when I'm writing it with my hand like this, if I'm writing Mangifera indica, if I'm writing this with my hand, I would be underlining the scientific name. Okay, and if the scientific names are printed, or as in if they are typed, then they are italicized, then they are written in italics. As you can see, this has both of these components have been italicized, but when I am handwriting those, I have to underline these separately. Okay, we do not have to join this line, we have to separately underline both the terms. The fourth rule is that the first word of the generic name or the genus begins with a capital letter. For example, you can see M is written in the capital case. And the second word, that is the species name, begins with a small letter. As you can see, I of indica is written in the small case. Okay, so these are some of the universal rules of binomial nomenclature. Okay. Then there is one more important rule, that the author's name is also added at the end. For example, this Mangifera indica, this name was first given by this organism, this species was first described by Linnaeus. So we would add Linnaeus's name at the end in the abbreviated form. Okay, so the complete name of the organism would be Mangifera indica Linn. The author's name is added after the specific epithet at the end in an abbreviated form. Okay, and the author's last name is abbreviated. For example, the full name of Linnaeus is Carolus Linnaeus. So the last name is written in the abbreviated form. And what does it tell? That this organism was first described and identified by and named by Linnaeus. Okay. Now let us solve the question, NEET previous year question from 2019. We have to select the correctly written scientific name of mango, which was first described by Carolus Linnaeus. So see, which was first described by Carolus Linnaeus. We write the author's name at the end because that suggests that that particular organism, in this case it is mango, that it was first described by this scientist. That is why we add that scientist's name at the end, because that tells us that that organism was first described or identified by this individual. So for mango, it is, we have just studied. Let us look at the options one by one and let us see which of the following options is following all the rules of binomial nomenclature. So, okay, option number one is saying Mangifera indica Linn. Both of the components of the binomial nomenclature, that is the genus and species, both of these components are present. So correct. Both of these have also been italicized. The genus name begins with a capital letter. The species name is beginning with a small letter. The author's name, last name is added in an abbreviated form at the end. Okay, so this option is following all the rules of the binomial nomenclature. We will tick mark this option. This is the correct option. But let us look at the other options as well. Option number 2 is saying Mangifera indica. Okay, this option is incorrect because the names have not been italicized. Mangifera indica option number C, but this option is also wrong because the species name is written in capital, it begins with the capital case. I should be in small case. So option number D is saying Mangifera indica Carlin. Okay, so there are many things which are wrong with this option. First, that it has not been italicized. Mangifera indica should be written in italics. So since it has not been italicized, this option is incorrect. And the second problem here is that car is also added. The Carolus is also abbreviated here, which is not needed. Only the last name is added in the abbreviated form. Okay, so this option is also incorrect. The correct answer is option number 1, Mangifera indica Linn. So this was all in this video. That is all. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and share it with your friends, and hit subscribe to my YouTube channel. We will meet soon in the coming videos. Until then, stay tuned. Bye-bye. Thank you.